She lost weight.
July 27th, we're going to start with hymn number 15.
Yeah.
You mean I was overweight?
हाँ जी.
No. Yeah, you were never overweight.
ये तो ठीक है.
No, actually,
No, I'm not going to
scales
start.
is
We'll start straight.
what I want.
Let's see.
I cannot.
Oh,
So I ate. Oh, amazing.
It gets over there when you go, it gets done. Eat a lot. Here.
And food.
चलिए.
That's not alak lene hai.
In our last sitting, Gurbani was giving us a message. घट घट बाजे किंगरी अंदन शब्द सुभाए विरले कौ सोजी भई गुरमुख मन समझाए नानक नाम न विसरै छूटे शब्द कमाए. And the message was that there are very few rare ones who get this through their mind-body system. Virle kau soji bhai. Virla means a rare human being. One from millions and millions means what? Everybody hears it, everybody understands it, everybody accepts it. No argument, no discussion, but when it comes to the implementation, there is a rare soul which actually puts it into practice. Virle ko soji bhai. Gurumukh man samjhaye. They are able to change their mindset. And changing the mindset requires a change in total attitude. And that's where the whole thing rests. Actually, in spirituality, there's nothing else to do other than to change the mindset, the paradigm, the belief systems. Even if it appears contradictory in the beginning, if it doesn't make sense 100%, the one who is actual serious gives it a shot anyway. And what does he do? नानक नाम न विसरै छूटे शब्द कमाए. वो शब्द ही कमाई. The practice of that naam, that word, he starts it. Now those who just hear and are not able to put it into practice, what is their problem? Why are they not able to do it? Next Ashatpadi highlights that. It starts by saying, Chitte disse dhaul har bagge bank duar. Chitte disse.
Where are we?
page 62.
Page 62.
Slope 15.
Start of the 15th, the fourth line from the bottom. Chitte disse dhaul har bagge bank duar. Chitte means chitre hoye, painted.
Chitta doesn't mean.
No. Chitte disse dhaul har. Chitte पेंट कीते हुए महल नजर आंदे हैं. चित्रे हुए, पेंट कीते हुए. चित्ते दिसे धावलहर. धावलहर मीन्स वाइट, जिनको सी ऑफ वाइट कहने. बग्गे बंक दुआर, and they have huge doors in front of them. So what is this image being given? That those like us who listen to it And while in here understand it and say, yeah, it makes sense. Then they get back to the life. And now when they walk into their own huge buildings which are almost palatial, suddenly that attraction makes us forget what we just heard. See how the connection is from the previous one? Chitte disse dhaulhar bagge bank dwar karman khushi usarya duje het pyar. And those were built with big dreams, right? With excitement. Kar man khushi. With inner desires and happiness and all those wishes, dreams, usarya, those houses were built. And while they were being built, what was happening? Duje het pyar. Right? See, honey, I'm building this kitchen. This is big for you, and your friends can come here. And right? Duje het pyar. Right? Oh, you like gardening? I'm going to make a big backyard for you.
Remodeling his kitchen.
Right? And I'm going to put this jacuzzi in your bedroom so that you don't have to go out. And I'm going to put an indoor swimming pool. What is duje het pyar? What is happening? The desires and the things and the dreams are being built the outside world. And what we hear here, that is to talk about the inside. It has nothing to do with the outside. So right now it makes perfect sense. So we're going to get up, we're going to drive home, and as soon as we open the door, we're going to enjoy the entry to the palace. And suddenly those words are going to drop, and the new sounds, the love for the outside is going to chime up. Duje het pyar, andar khali prem bin dhai dheri tanshar. He said, but think about this. If you make a building and nobody ever lives in it, what will happen to it?
Khanda.
It will become khanda, isn't it? Nobody takes care of it. Slowly, it starts looking like an absolute, literally a banjar. And it says, Ta teri tanshar. It says, now, think about the same way about your body. This body is being maintained just with the same love and affection. It's taken care of. We wash it and we clean it and then we decorate it and then we make it presentable and allurable and so forth. With all the fragrances and everything. Just like the building. Now if nobody lives in the building and that becomes as if there are ghosts living here, what will happen to the body if it is completely empty of the memory of the Creator? It's exactly the same. Dhadheri tanshar. It is actually equivalent to that dust, which is completely useless and meaningless. Bhai re tan dhan saath na hoye. So mind needs to understand that the decorations of the buildings, the houses that we live in, decoration of the body that we take so much pride in, both are going to be left behind. They are not going to travel to the other dimension. This house will not go with us. This house will not go with us. Both houses will start right here. And we are constantly paying attention to what is going to be left behind. And hence, those words that are being said are not taking roots. भाई रे तन धन साथ ना होए, राम नाम धन निर्मलो, गुरदात करे प्रभ सोए. And understand, you need to become worthy of that prasad, that grace. Because most of the time, we argue the point, well, everything is in his hand. He's not just, I am not yet blessed. And Gurbani is reminding you. He's reminding all of us. His blessing, you have to deserve it before you desire it. Your just desiring might work in the outer dimension, as that movie said the other day. Right? The Secret said that. You just desire it and let that desire be out. But this desire is not out. This desire is in. You can't put it out. Because if you're looking at things for the outside world, you know, they showed that scene where this boy is looking for that bicycle and the parents are not getting that bicycle. Eventually grandfather brings it. Because that was out there. And that child was completely focused on it, fascinated by it. And he put that desire out. I want this. And the nature rearranged itself and fulfilled his desire. But this particular one, you have to get to that stage where you deserve it. And how do you deserve it? That was the last line of the first Ashatpadi. Nanak naam na visare chute shabd kamaye. That's how you become deserving of the grace. You start on the meditative process. You get started and you stay with it and you keep with it, and slowly and slowly you start putting that voice inside, and the one who is sitting inside starts hearing it. So the process is exactly reverse. For anything outside, okay, throw it outside. Anything inside, go into the inside and work on the inside and get capable of Ram Naam Dhan Nirmalo. Guru Dat Kare. Get capable of so that Guru can grace you, and then what will happen? Ram Naam Dhan Nirmalo Jai Deve Devanahar. If his grace comes in, then he gives you the prasad of Ram Naam. Because that is the true wealth. Dhan Nirmalo, the purest form of wealth, the highest form of wealth. Ram Naam Dhan Nirmalo Jai Deve Devanahar. If you become worthy of that, then what will happen? Aage pooch na hovai jis beli gur karatar. Then in the next dimension, you would not have to face any challenges, any questions. Aage pooch na hovai. Nobody is going to then interrogate you. Why? Jis beli gur karatar. You are now, beli literally means friendship. That you are now becoming friendly with the highest source of it all. Aap chadaye chutiye, ape bakshanahar. This is his grace, this is his doing, and you stay focused on that and become worthy of that bakshanahar, the graceful one. मनमुख जाने अपने तियां पूत संजोग. But that's not what we focus on. What are we focused on? And the next line highlights that. Manmukh, the one who is listening to one's own mind, own thought process. What is his own thought process? Jane apne tiyan poot sanjog. What's the argument? Well, if I have nothing to give and take from them, why are they my relatives? That means I owe something to them, they owe something to me. That's why Tiya Put Sanjog means the relationship. Why is this a relationship? That means there is some bondage here, I need to honor that bond. And we fall into the trap. Because the reality is exactly the opposite. You have been given the bond to learn to free yourself of the bond, not to make it stronger. See how our mind has completely gotten upside down. You are playing the role of a grandmother so that you can practice how to be grandmother without getting attached. That's why that relationship is there. You play the role of a wife, how to be wife without becoming dependent. You are the role of a husband, how to be a husband without being able to become a latch. And I still hear the words of my father in my ears that when your mom goes to the, I can't even find my own undershorts. I don't know where she puts it. I can. कुड़ियां नहीं पता, किसी नहीं पता, नो नहीं पता, कैसे नहीं पता. मां कितने तुम्हारी? So much dependency, so much attachment. Not only that, I remember that my mother would not spend a night at her own parents' house simply because the buffalo would not give the milk that night if she's not there. So she'll come home. Right?
That is
Give her मजा आते पई हुई है.
It
happens a lot.
वो तो बहुत सुने हैं.
है ना?
वो तो बहुत सुने.
They used to this
That's true.
certain person
Yeah.
feeling hands and
Yeah. Now, why does that happen?
used to.
It is not the animal who's attached to you. You are attached to the animal because when the animal is there, you won't allow anybody else to take care of them.
No.
Of course.
I think so.
Yeah.
If you are the one every night sitting down there,
Yeah.
That's how you look at it.
why? You are training that animal to be dependent on you.
नहीं, if
Animal has no instinct
if
like
somebody
that.
else does go do it, then वो दूध नहीं देंदियाँ फिर.
Serena, if from the day
You are taking
the buffalo becomes the mother and it starts giving the milk, if she has everyday new person getting the milk, do you think she's going to remember the hand? She remembers the hand because the same hand every morning, every evening. And in that, I have a great pride because without me, no family member is going to have the milk. And then we turn it around and say, "Ki kariye ji, maa jaat de payi hai." We completely forget that it isn't the buffalo which is doing it, it's not the cow which is doing it. We did it.
Why is it only certain buffaloes?
Mostly ਪਿੰਡਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ, because ਮੇਰੇ ਤੇ 18 ਸਾਲ ਦੀ ਉਮਰ ਮੈਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕੱਟੀ ਆ ਉੱਥੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਘਰ ਮੱਝ ਗਾਂ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਹੀ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ, ਹਰ ਸਾਲ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸੀ, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇੱਕ ਨੇ ਚੜ ਜਾਣਾ ਦੂਜੀ ਤੋਕੜ ਦੇ ਛੱਡ ਆਉਣੀ, ਦੂਜੀ ਲੈ ਆਉਣੀ.
ਕਿੱਥੇ ਛੱਡ ਕੇ ਆਂਦੇ ਸੀ ਮੈਂ
ਆ ਪਿੰਡਾਂ ਛੱਡ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਸੀ.
Outskirts. I mean,
just let them
no.
ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਉੱਥੇ ਛੱਡ ਆਉਣਾ, ਫਿਰ ਜੇ when they are ready again they will bring them
I
back.
used to take care of it.
ਦੁੱਧ ਦੇਣ ਵਾਲੀ ਮੱਝ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਸੁੱਕੀ ਮੱਝ ਨੂੰ ਘਰ ਪੱਠੇ ਥੋੜੀ ਪਾਉਣੇ.
like a renting
Compound. Your own compound. That's on the outskirts.
I'll give you the whole story, okay? That's a new, different process altogether. But the point I am making is the attachment. We think, see, the line says, "Manmukh jane apne tiyan poot sanjog." This is what we are thinking. the son and the daughter and the husband and the wife, God has made this relationship, so He must want me to do something. So I must do my responsibility here. It's God's will, right? I didn't choose this. God gave me this child. God gave me this relationship. He said, look how the argument has been turned upside down. God gave you those relationships to practice detachment in various roles. Not sanjog, not a bondage, but a detachment. Every relationship is given to you, doesn't matter which one, including this one right now. The one you and I have, if you become dependent on me, then that's an attachment. No, how to be with one without feeling the pain and pangs of separation or the pleasure of meeting. They both need to go away. But the mind does not accept that. He said, that's a ridiculous thought. You are taking whole fun out of meeting everybody. Yes, it is taking fun out of it. It's basically saying, you are here to practice it. And then what happens? He says, because of that thought process, now look how the argument is being built. Nari dekh vigasya. Nari dekh vigasye nale hark so sog. Isn't that amazing? It says, okay, the example of the man. He looks at his lover and he's very happy. And then the same happiness turns into sadness. Why? When you are meeting, why there is a background sadness? Because there is fear of losing. Their fear is of going away. You remember the song? Peke jaan wali hai ke na chendera. Right? And then if she's going, where are you going? For how long? When will you be back? What is that? Hark means happiness. Sog means sadness. He says they both come together. Even though nari dekh vigasye, to viksana means to actually phul di tarah khil jana, to flower like a flower, to bloom like a flower. That's viksana. To viksana de hoya, but what has happened with it? It says nale hark so sog. Done naal aa gaye ne. Why did this happen? It says manmukh jaane apne tiyan poot sajog. Because of that. If there was a detachment practice thought process in the beginning, that okay, now when I am born, I am given to be a child without attachment, and play the son or a daughter without attachment, play the mother and a father without attachment. Now I grow and I have friends without a detachment. Then my spouse, where the bond is going to be tested the most. Why? Because of the physical dimension added. In no other relationship the physical dimension is added. And hence that relationship now becomes more difficult to practice the detachment. That's why that relationship is given the maximum amount of time and the prime of the life. Isn't it? The prime stage of the life is given to practice being with your opposite number but detached. See, to be with or not to be with. To be or not to be. That's what's, that whole drama of Shakespeare, people make fun of it, but that's what he's saying. That the human mind keep on oscillating between these two things. To be or not to be. And Gurbani answers that question. So you need to get rid of both. It's neither the question of to be, nor a question of to be not to be. It's a question of remaining in a detached state of mind. Because it is one of the most difficult event to practice. It is given from about the age of 20 almost to the age of 50 or so. After that, the physical bond automatically drops, and then the dependency starts of the other type. I mean, we all know that there are cases here, husband is gone and wife doesn't know how many banks, how many bills, how many this. Well, he used to do it, I don't know anything. Completely dependent. That's not living a detached life. So what happens? Nari dekh vigasye nale hark so sog. खुशी ते गमी दोने इकट्ठियां आ जांदियां ने. गुरमुख शब्द रंगावले ehne sahar ras bhog. Those who have understood the word of Guru, Gurmukh shabd rangavale, what do? Ehne sahar ras bhog. They day and night are only attached with the real ras, Hari ras, rather than the ras that we are attached with, which is the physical ras. Chit chale vit jamano. Hun ki ho raha hai? Vit da matlab the dawat. Chit chale vit jamano. Now the mind is shaky. Why? Because the wealth that is collected, there is a fear of losing it. I can tell you my own mind. I mean, many times when I think of retirement, that's what happens. Slowly. The day the safety deposit box is not getting empty, the day I retire, it's going to start getting empty. What if the children don't put anything in it? What if the government what gives me is not enough? What if I get another heart attack and the entire savings are taken away by the... You see? Chitta daravano. Kisi da dar hai. Chitta chale vit jamano. Whatever has been saved, there is a fear of losing it. Vit jamano. Sakat dol dulai. Sakat means the one who is broken away from the creative energy. The one who is distant, उसने क्या होता है डोल डुलाए. He's shaky. And then what does he do? Because he's shaky inside, and as is the habit for the rest of the life, he follows that routine. He does what? Bahar toonde ve guchiye. He immediately runs outside to take care of it. He doesn't understand that the insecurities of the mind, not because they are out. Because if I am to face that situation in this life where I have no security, no support, and my body mind system has to suffer, even my income right now would not be able to stop it. Right? It can happen right now. The nature could have forced me not to get well. I could have become invalid a year ago. And nothing could have helped it or stopped it. But the mind does not take the strength from inside, which is ghar mein vast sothaye. The real thing is inside, not outside. But he runs outside. इस करके मन मुख हाव में कर मुसी गुरुमुख पल्ले पाए. Because that's how we are trained, we keep thinking through our own mind and we get lost in the drama of life. Only Gurumukh palle paye, the one who is listening to the true word of the Guru, is the only one who's able to accept that and hold on to it. ਸਾਕਤ ਨਿਰਗੁਣ ਆਰਿਆ ਆਪਣਾ ਮੂਲ ਪਹਿਚਾਨ. Very strong word. Sakat nirguna arya. Sakat means the one who is away from the creative energy. Nirguna arya, the one who has no characteristics worth mentioning. No guna. Sakat nirguna arya means from the outer dimension, think apna mool pehchan. See where what is your roots are. Focus on that. Apna mool pashan. Rakt bind ka etano agni pas peran. Rakt means blood. Bind means semen. It says female blood and male semen got together and created a body. Bakat rakat bind ka etano. And what's his end? Agni pas piran. Eventually, it all burns down to the ashes. Pavane ke vasadehri mastak sach nishan. You are dependent upon your breath energy. So what is it? Look at what you are. Literally a picture, a container made with the help of blood from the mother, semen from the father, and a container which eventually is going to be dropped here. And the container stays up alive till pavane ke vasdehori. As long as the breath is coming in, going out, the container remains. Once that energy is taken away from you, it's no more. So, what should you focus on? Mastak sach nisan. That's where you should be focusing on. That you have been given something to think about, to analyze it. Mastak. You have the intellect, which can recognize the truth. This is not the truth. This is a temporary container given to you to do some practice, to do some exercises, to learn something, to evolve somewhere. And we instead of paying attention to that, where our attention is? Our attention is बहुता जीवन मंगिए मुआ न लोड़े कोई. We normally say that the life should be long enough so that we can do what we came to do. So what do we want to do? We want to be able to enjoy everything first, and then we want enough long life. When the senses have stopped enjoying, then we want enough life to be able to focus on the inner journey. Isn't that what we do? Right? I mean, that's, even if you look at the varna, sannyas is at the end of it, right? Brahmacharya, right? Grast, banprasth, and then sannyas. Now, where is the fallacy in this thinking? Because the senses that are now busy enjoying it are the same senses which we can use to focus on the other one. So we say, no, while the senses are enjoying, let them enjoying it. Now the senses are dead. So now I want to focus, but there is no sense to focus on it. The tongue doesn't move, the ear don't hear, the body doesn't do sit or anything. There is a pain in every part of the body, the joints, because the old age is now bothering. Now how are you going to focus on that? But we are made up our mind and do what? Bahota jeevan mangiye. Give a long life. How much? As much as so that I can then finish both these sides. Never works. Mua na lode koe. Nobody is ready to go away from this dimension. But understand, Sukh Jivan Tese Akhiye Jis Gurmukh Vasya Soe. Understand that the long life is not going to add anything to it. The moment you have internalized the holy word, it doesn't matter how old you are. Sukh Jivan Tese Akhiye. The life is successful only when Jis Gurmukh Vasya Soe, the one who has internalized the word. Naam vihune kya gani jis har gur darsana hoye. Naam vihune kya gani. This is what to say about those. There's nothing to be said about those who think that there should be long life, but they are still not focused on the holy word. Naam vihune kya gani. There is nothing to say about them. Jis har gur darsana hoye. Those who have not prepared and become worthy of his dars, they have wasted the life here. Jo sapne nis bhooliye jab lag nindra hoye. Another metaphor. It says, look at this life. When we dream in the night, during the dream, it appears completely real. And it stays real till we wake up. It's only after we wake up we look back, oh, that was a dream. Jyon supne, as in the dream, nisabhuliye. When we get up in the morning, we forget. But as long as jab lag nindra hoye, as long as the sleep is there, we keep thinking that it is the real one. It's the real one. Yun sarpan ke vas jiyada antar haume doe. It is exactly the same way that the illusionary Maya, which has captured us, bound us like a python, जकड़िया होया सरपन सप ने जकड़िया होया जिस तरह एवं सरपन के वस जीड़ा like a snake, mighty snake, who has actually captured us and is squeezing, and from inside and outside. Inside, what is bothering us? The ego. The outside is bothering us, the illusionary world. So now, look at the conflict of the two. The outside world will say, you only deserve this much. And the inside world says, no, I deserve more than that. And we are constantly in conflict. Isn't it? जे मैं नौकरी तो इंजीनियर भी कर रहे हैं तो सैलरी तो ही नहीं क्या दुनिया को जाओ तो इस तो ज्यादा सैलरी नहीं देती हो तो अंदरों मन की कहता पिया तू अमरीका चाहे की कर रहे The ego pushes you outward and the outer world squeezes you. They say, no, that's all you deserve. And we constantly are in that struggle. We are neither able to see the ego pushing us, nor able to see the serpent, the snake, which is squeezing us all around us. And if we remember, which is, Gurmat hoye vicharye supna e jagaloye. And if, with the help of the Guru and the Word, if we really think about it, then we can free ourselves from the dream and we can wake up. When we wake up, neither there is a bondage of the serpent nor the bondage of the ego. But we don't wake up. Why? Because there's a lot of enjoyment in there also. Isn't it? There is a certain amount of pleasure in also. In that struggle. Right? We have actually made the saying, it is not getting the goal. It is the journey to the goal that is desirable. Don't we say that all the time? So we keep on struggling. Keep on enjoying. It's like
Ego is pushing us outward.
yeah, ego is pushing us to get more, and the outer conditions are holding us where we are. Hey, I deserve more. Why? What? My next door neighbor can afford this building and I can't. He's an engineer, I'm an engineer, but he's in his own business, I am in a service. See, ego pushes me to go get more. And that's an inner fire. So I am being burned by the jealousy and the greed and all of that. But the outside Maya is like a snake which is squeezing to keep you tight where you are. Even squeeze more. And what will happen? Eventually the snake will win. Because mind-body system will start getting weaker. And the power to produce that much more will start on going down and down and down. And eventually it will be lost. So now the ego will turn into defeatist. And what it will do? It will start blaming the others. मैं तो कर सकता सा मेरे ने साथ नहीं देता. Isn't that very common conversations? किसी के बच्चे ने साथ देता, किसी बीवी ने साथ देता, किसी ने पार्टनर धोखा दे गया, किसी That's how the ego then satisfies itself by blaming the surroundings. I was held back. Otherwise, I am the gift to the humanity, greater than the greatest. And Gurbani says, you continue on that thought process until you get to a state, Gurmat hoye vichariya. Guru kolo samajh ke jisle vichar uthdi hai, to ki hunda hai? Supana ye jag hoye. Oh naive man, both are the illusion. The inner ego, the push of the ego and the squeeze of the snake, they both are illusion. Get out of it. Wake up. Because the ego is leading you to the greed and the squeezing is leading you to the jealousy. Both can you drop once you see the truth of the illusionary world, which plays in duality with plus and minus, pull and a push. Agan mare jal paaye jiu barak dudh maaye. So what's the solution? He says, look, when a kid cries with hunger, what happens? The mother's milk immediately put off the fire inside him. Agan mare jal paaye. अग्नि मरदी किस तरह है? कहते पानी पाया. किस तरह? ज्यों बारक दूध है माए. As a kid cries out of the pang of hunger, mother's milk satisfies that immediately. Bin jal kamal sonathi hai. As a flower blooms with the help of the water, bin jal meen murae. As a fish survives with the water, nanak gurmukh haras mile jiva har gun gaye. Same way, a human mind body system needs the cold is not the right word. You know, sheetal kehne, soothing sprinkle of the word, that water sprinkled over the soul, the mind-body system of the human being is capable of extinguishing the inner burning feeling sensation of the human body, mind-body system. So, in the 14th Ashatpadi, we were told that if you get into the meditation, then you will get grace from him. In the 15th, we were given the reasons why we are not getting there, and the answer was Chitte Disse Dhaulahar. As we see, witness the illusionary Maya from outside, we get pulled by it and we create complete upside down logic to justify it. And this question we have discussed here also. जी दुनिया में रहना हुण मतलब बच्चे जम्मे इन्हां नूं पालना नहीं हुण, right? Don't we do that?
Right.
How many times we try? And that's the logic Gurbani is hitting at. It says you have created a logic to catch yourself. And the reality is कि बच्चे तेनों दिते ते जरूर ने, बट इस करके नहीं दिते कि तू उन्हां नाल बच जा, इस करके दिते ने कि उन्हां नूं पालना सिख without getting tied up, without getting attached. That was a central message in this Ashatpadi, and we'll take a pause here, and thank you all for coming.
Nirgun Arya.
Nirgun, without any good characteristics. Nirguna. Any comments?
ਤੇ ਮਤਲਬ ਪੁੱਛਣਾ ਇਹ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਇਟਸ ਆਲਵੇਜ਼ ਹੈਪਨਿੰਗ, ਮਨ ਮਰਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ, ਤੇ ਮਨ ਨੂੰ ਮਾਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਸਿਰਫ ਜਪ ਦਾ ਹੀ ਤਰੀਕਾ, ਹੋਰ ਕੋਈ ਤਰੀਕਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ।
ਗ੍ਰਸਥ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿ ਕੇ ਹੋਰ ਕੋਈ ਤਰੀਕਾ ਨਹੀਂ। ਜਿਹੜੇ ਜੰਗਲਾਂ 'ਚ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਮਤਲਬ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਨੋਇਜ਼ ਤੋਂ ਇੰਨਾ ਦੂਰ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆ, ਸੁਣਾਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਕੁਝ, ਵਿਚਾਰ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਉੱਠਦੇ, ਕੁਝ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ। ਗ੍ਰਸਥ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ, ਹਾਂ ਭਾਈ ਕੀ ਹਾਲ ਚਾਲ ਆ ਜੀ, ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਕੀ ਹੋਇਆ ਜੀ, ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕੀ ਹੋਇਆ ਜੀ, ਉਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਥਾਟ ਰੋਜ਼ ਨਵੇਂ ਬਣ ਰਹੇ ਨਾ। ਸੋ ਮਾਈਂਡ ਨੂੰ ਹੋਰ ਖਾਣਾ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਜੰਗਲਾਂ 'ਚ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਚਲੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਸਨ, there's nobody to talk to, and slowly ਉਹ ਮੈਮਰੀਜ਼ ਫੇਡ ਹੋਣੀਆਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ। It takes a long time, but if you're going to stay in the world and do your daily routine, then the job is the easiest and the fastest way of controlling your own mind, to break his habit of wandering around. You sit down every day and force the mind to focus on a single word, a single sound, a single syllable.
ਤੇ ਧਿਆਨ ਆਟੋਮੈਟਿਕਲੀ ਫਿਰ ਟਾਈਮ ਧਿਆਨ ਦਾ ਵੱਧਦਾ ਚਲਾ।
Yeah. Once the mind learns to follow your commands, you'll be surprised how many miracles happen.
ਬਟ ਫਿਰ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਸੌਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਸੌ ਜਾਵੇ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਭੁੱਲ ਜਾਏਗਾ। ਨੀਂਦਰ ਆਈ ਤੇ ਬਸ
No, you keep on increasing it, it automatically, rest of the things will follow. Those are all the stages that will follow. A stage will come where the body will be asleep, but mind would, your observer, I should say, not the mind. Your observer will be completely awake. Body will be resting and you will be aware of it. You will be aware and you will be able to say, oh, no, that's a dream. Oh, good, I'm dreaming. You will know inside the dreaming that you are dreaming. And then it will be your choice. Do you want to continue the dream or you want to stop it? Right now, we don't. When we are dreaming, we don't know we are dreaming. We only know when we wake up. But as the mind starts getting focused, it will know that this is a dream. And what is a dream? Memories that are deeply there, they are playing back.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
Yeah. I just finished reading the again translation of Tibetan books of dead, and I was absolutely stunned that how close it is to all the things that we've been talking about, how we chose our parents and how, what we see, what we experience, all these thought processes that people have. Oh, your relatives come to receive you and this and that, and they document it very clearly. These are your memories. Please don't think that your relatives are out there. It's your memory playing.
Memory from what? You don't know.
Your memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have a memory of them being anywhere because you haven't seen it. You don't know.
How do you know that?
What?
How do you know that?
That you haven't seen it?
Yeah.
We're still here. They are gone wherever they are gone.
Yeah.
So where is the memory coming from?
पढ़ी लिखी कुड़ी है DNA ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਕਦੀ ਪੜਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ all of the DNA programming is with everybody. What you are talking about is that my short memory does not have it. But at that stage there is nothing in the short memory drops right here. We're talking of the genetics which is coded not from now but proverbial, your archetype visions, you can go all the way back. There is a movie here, The Altered States. And it's a movie about a scientist who decides to go inside his own mind. And they made it into a fiction that he ends up going to the very original mind. The first inception, the first thought. And now he's trapped in the first thought and he cannot live in this life, so he wants to get out of that and he doesn't know how to get out of it. That's the story. इस करके मैं ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੀਆਂ ਮੂਵੀਜ਼ ਲਿਆ ਕੇ ਦਿਖਾਉਂਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਨਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਪਾਗਲ ਹੋ ਜਾਓਗੇ ਕਿ ਹੋ ਕੀ ਰਿਹਾ ਆਈ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਿਰਫ ਸੁਰੇਨਾ ਨੂੰ ਜੋੜ
क्यों मैंने क्यों
No, I mean she gets an idea and then it doesn't go anywhere.
Come on, all you have to do is bring the movie and tell,
And
then
then
we
just see
go.
if she goes crazy. Maybe she'll get better.
I mean, it's not. We haven't backed up from any idea.
Yes, you did.
Whenever the movie is there, you just say there is a movie. We'll watch it. We watch it.
Your friend is sitting right there.
You just say it's a movie.
Yeah.
No, it's not because it's
Your friend is sitting right there. She'll tell you.
So set it up.
Better one.
Discussion is
Go to your mind. You will see the difference. You will see difference within you. भाई साहब
हाँ जी बिल्कुल
कितनी
इन्हें एक मतलब गला ही कर देने ना
वही गल है ना ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੈਠੋ ਘੰਟਾ ਕੱਲੇ ਇਹ ਨਿਕਲ ਆਓ ਦੇਖੋ ਮਨ
So if we have a movie, we can set it up. No problem.
ਤੁਸੀਂ
Movie pa.
ਗੱਲ ਸੁਣੋ ਓਮ ਦੀਆਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਟੇਪਾਂ ਇਥੋਂ ਇੰਨੀਆਂ ਮਿਲ ਜਾਣਗੀਆਂ ਹੁਣ ਜੀ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਓਮ ਓਮ ਰਾਈਟ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਦੀਆਂ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਨਾ ਮਿਲਣ ਓਮ ਦੀਆਂ ਮਿਲ ਜਾਣਗੀਆਂ just get that tape and just sit down. Put your headphone on. Close your eyes and just sit and listen to just that. And don't think about anything, don't worry about anything else. Kutta kithe gaya hai, telephone kada vajya hai, car kaun aaya hai, kaun. Don't worry about anything. Just listen to a single note. If you don't want to do that, take a simple keyboard, electronic keyboard. Put a finger on a single key. And just say, with that key. Just keep on saying, Don't worry about, sur changi hai madi. Don't worry about that. Just keep on saying, And don't open your eyes and look at the watch. If you just want to do for 1 hour, set a clock for 1 hour.
You may know.
And then after 1 hour, see what happens to you.
Yeah.
Karna ki aur. Just try it.
You start with maybe 20 minutes, 1 hour may be too much.
Yeah, to start with 15, 20.
20 minutes to
20. When you start 20,
then
you
you
will
start
automatically
enjoying
go
it.
for an hour.
Then you can go longer.
And you won't even know whether you are breathing.
Yeah.
You can tell yourself.
You want to
"I'm
do it
breathing."
for more and more time.
Yes. Really? I have felt so many
You don't want
times.
to wake up.
I'm not gonna-
To get out of it.
And you don't want to wake up. Because when you wake up, it's a torture to go back to work.
The very first day when I ran that session, and I said I will only do it for 15 minutes. Half the people stopped in 5 minutes and they came to me and said, please don't do it. Now, what happened? Oh, Bhai Sahab, the whole ground is moving and we are moving and we don't know where we are and we're scared. Oh, no, don't worry. Nothing is happening to you and the earth is there and room is there. All that is happening is the proportion of the oxygen and carbon dioxide in your body because of the breathing pattern shifting is shifting. That's all. Don't be scared.
Yeah, that's what they said on the Oprah show today.
Yeah.
That's what happens with you. When you do that, it's the carbon oxide that goes.
परसों चौथे उपराधि शो थे ब्रेन किस तरह काम करता है how do you feel how which portion makes you hungry feel those all those they show brain Dr. Oz
I think she's
That
on
was very
these-
good show.
These
Good
different
repeat.
series now. I think that was a city.
Yeah.
Show the heart, everything.
Yeah. Today she showed the person who knew the whole encyclopedia. He read the whole encyclopedia, so he knew the answers to everything. I happen to be home, so it's a living knowledge.
Encyclopedia of what?
The whole encyclopedia.
Knowledge, general knowledge.
A lot of knowledge. Very knowledgeable.
What happens? Little questions people have,
No, but encyclopedia of what?
general encyclopedia
General
Information knowledge.
encyclopedia.
General knowledge.
Information.
Is there such an encyclopedia of general knowledge?
Yeah. Encyclopedia.
I didn't know.
Yes, all the answers are
मेरे
found.
स्कूल दे बच्चे encyclopedia use करते हैं पास.
I think somebody is
कोई भी चीज लभनी होए जिस तरह
overestimating the impact.
Well,
Encyclopedia
it covered too many subjects.
Yeah.
You can't understand.
Encyclopedia Britannica or Encarta or Wikipedia that is a collection of definition of every term that is used in humanity. For somebody to claim that is quite a large statement.
Did you watch the show?
No. This guy has read the whole thing. and
There are
memorized
enough
it.
rows.
नहीं
नहीं,
एक मुंडा सी and he had to answer for they were asking him all kinds of questions क्या किस तरह होता है किस तरह होता है he's just you know
A bigger part of his brain.
yeah
For somebody to memorize the entire encyclopedia is
Not memorize it. He read it and he remembers and knows the answers. Not remembers the encyclopedia verbatim, but he knew answers to all the different things, whatever they were asking questions. Anyway,
yeah. I mean, there are people with the what's that? Nirmala Devi was the name of the lady
yeah.
who has a photographic memory.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, there are people with the different talents in life.
different time.
ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਛੋਟੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਪਹਾੜੇ
ਸਾਨੂੰ ਤੇ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਵੀ ਫੋਟੋਗ੍ਰਾਫਿਕ ਮੈਮਰੀ ਹੈ
Exactly.
Far from it.
No, all this slow.
अरे मेरे कोल ना एक 5 साल ਦਾ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਆਂਦਾ ਗਾਣਾ ਸਿੱਖਣ ਹੀ ਸਾਊਥ ਇੰਡੀਅਨ ਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਛੋਟਾ ਇੰਨਾ ਕੁ so I'm coming from Gita class ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਂ ਗੀਤਾ ਕਲਾਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ oh I got the award today this is our ਕਹਿੰਦਾ I read the ਕਿੰਨੇ ਉਹਨੇ ਪੜ੍ਹੀ ਉਹ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਗੀਤਾ ਉਹਨੇ ਮੈਮੋਰਾਈਜ਼ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਟੀਚਰ gave him an award ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਅੱਛਾ ਚੱਲ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਕੇ ਸੁਣਾ ਗੀਤਾ ਮੈਂ ਤੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿ ਕੇ ਘਬਰਾ ਗਈ ਵੀ ਬਾਕੀ ਦੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਰਹੇ ਉਹ 1 ਘੰਟੇ ਤੱਕ ਗੀਤਾ ਦੇ ਸ਼ਲੋਕ ਬੋਲਦਾ ਰਿਹਾ I couldn't stop him and other kids are looking at him they're older like that मैं क्या खुद रुकेगा क्लास शुरू करा for 1 hour he kept chanting Gita and Sanskrit it's सारा बोलता गया and very clear pronunciation like it all depends on the parents and how they reinforce
Sanskar.
that sanskar
There's a lot of sanskar in it.
Yeah, that's what I
Lot of sanskar. Yeah, lot of sanskar. I mean, YouTube देते हो इन्हें शायद I think Oprah also has shown a 5 years old boy who plays tabla, literally like masters. They showed on the Indian also.
Indian channel
Channel also.
Yeah,
So I mean, the people are born with exceptional talents. There is the girl who 5 years old or 10 years old plays piano like a master.
Yeah.
There's a prodigy, and there is a violin prodigy
Yeah.
being prepared right now. So I mean, it's nature gives them some bodies those gifts, and they come here to display those.
No,
gifts.
but this boy, I don't think he has that kind of gift. But his parents take him to these classes of God knows from what age and encourage him to memorize.
He's still young. He's got to have the gift.
Yeah.
No, but if 5 or 7 years old child,
child.
that's my point. That
He's
if
not
he
born
has
like
kind
that.
of memory
he's not.
without knowing the language or the script, he just remembers the words. That means he has a very, very fertile memory.
Oh yeah, the more you use your brain.
Yes,
The
and
better
at
it is.
young
The
age,
10%
it is
when you use
amazing. Young age ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ ਕਰਵਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ.
No, these you think some from the previous.
Yes, that's what sanskara
Yes,
means.
sanskar.
That's what sanskara means.
You remember the things from the previous
Yeah,
time,
yeah,
and you
yeah.
have read those. They
Yeah.
come to you.
And this Tibetan books of that actually talks about that. That you are going to make the choice. Then if you want to make the these will be the signs telling you that you are making the right choice, and these will be signs telling you that you're not.
आज शब्द नहीं गाया शुरू से तन जल्दी से आज खत्म करना आज शब्द नहीं गाया तो से
Mood is, yeah.
एकदम में you got into it and I said what happened today
No, sometimes.
Sometimes he does that.
अच्छा I'm missing one of the शब्द
What's on your mind today?
नहीं उस दिन ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਲੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਸੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਸੁਣਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਅੱਜ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਲੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੈਠੇ ਹੋਏ
आज वैसे वो आ रही थी फिर
No, she's gone to Lancaster.
अच्छा she's a very nice lady huh
She's a honey.
wonderful
बच्चे
person
ना कीर्तन के वो जा जाएंगे.
हैं
There's some kirtan somewhere in Lancaster, and she's the judge there.
Oh, she's a judge there.
बच्चे कीर्तन
अच्छा,
कर रहे हैं
That Kirtan Dev,
one of the judges
one of the judges.
ਫਿਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਵੀ ਦੇਖੋ ਕਿੰਨੀਆਂ ਸੰਸਕਾਰ ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ
ਸੰਸਕਾਰ।
ਕਿੰਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ didn't see them didn't you?
Do you know?
देखे
हाँ, हाँ। किन्या and you know we knew their father.
Yeah.
We used to get together all the time with them when he was not even married.
So Rekha ji, no comments today? You are missing your Saheli today, huh?
I do. Yeah.
Beverly
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
friend.
out. She's Tucson.
Batman is quiet, the Robin isn't there, huh?
No. I'm getting back
Tucson is so
with
hot.
life here.
how was
Friday. Like, okay.
But
Still jet lag.
yeah. But no, I'm fine. I was falling asleep for 5 days.
That's
What happened to Asha ji?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No call? ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤੇ ਕਾਲ ਕਰਦੀ ਸੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਰਿਪੋਰਟ ਦੇ
I am only a convenient thing to.
Oh, I want to tell everyone, most probably on 24th of August, we're going to have something in our house for older people. We are making a group. It was called Growing Old Gracefully, but now it's called Free Spirit because nobody likes that name, Growing Old Gracefully.
20,
It's called Free Spirit.
24th of August?
हाँ.
That's a Friday.
Yeah, his lecture won't be there. I picked the Friday on his lecture. Is not there.
No,
Alternate.
that's on our regular. It's
That's on the regular. Then I'll change it. Then I'll
10th and then 24th. Next
अच्छा.
is the 10th
हाँ हाँ.
August, then the 24th.
अच्छा फिर मैं उसको अगला वाला कर लूँगी. I'll do it. So different things people are doing. So this will be mostly for singing. There are spiritual talks which you will be doing. Couple of them we'll ask you to do. Sure.
no problem.
Dancing, singing,
Bhangra.
yoga, all different things. Skiing,
Oh,
camping.
Soni ji's email?
I forwarded it to you.
Yeah. He's
You
doing some
should
camp
you should attend it.
on a Sunday.
Yeah, it's so convenient.
Where is it?
Yeah.
ऐसे नेड़े तेड़े ही किधर है?
What camp?
It is not a camp. It's a session on heart problems and breathing exercises to improve your health and everything.
कितने?
ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਾਦ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਤ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇ
ਮੈਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਨਹੀਂ
Blank
I
it.
just I thought he sent it.
ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ forward ਕਰ
ਸਾਨੂੰ
ਦੋ.
forward
Okay.
कर दे.
It's a
Yeah.
free camp. It's really good.
हमें भी कर देना.
हाँ.
Sure.
I think we should all go. Good for you.
Okay.
Diabetes.
I love it. सब ठीक है.
अपने दिल ठीक
We
है
are,
अपने दिल
some of my friends
सब
are
ठीक है.
starting this group. It's called Free Spirit.
No, it's a good breathing and all that.
All
It does
different
help.
kinds of things. It's still in the process. All kinds of things. Whoever is interested in whichever, they'll do that. Group के अंदर बड़े सारे अलग group. Somebody interested in learning
Are you
ballroom
doing
dancing.
potluck?
We haven't decided. We may not even have food.
You know that's
Where-
the best
where is
thing.
it?
Not have food.
Because
कितने
there's
कर रहे हो?
just coffee, tea and cookies.
Where?
It'll be in my house. The first one. I'll host 3 of them. 3 Fridays.
Oh, I see.
So then
What
we'll-
time? Evening?
We'll start at 8. जिस
Just
तरह
like
से
this.
शुरू होता है 8 बजे शुरू करके 10 साढ़े 10 बजे करके आराम से।
17 वाला ना चूज करो.
अच्छा नहीं 17 वाला नहीं।
Okay. क्योंकि Saturday
फिर
को-
end of August की होगा।
फिर Saturday को group कर रहे हैं.
But they'll introduce that group there, what they do, there are a lot of different things. And anybody has different interests, you can have a subgroup of that. So different people will be doing different things. Koi meditation, koi yoga, koi, adventure, koi cheez, balloon rides, and, all different things. But for older people, over 50, have to be over 50 too.
All right.
Balloon, right? Hot air balloon, because that was my